We thank you for gathering today. Many of you have noticed that even if you have experienced these situations before and you are somewhat accustomed to the heightened energy of this place, that it is more intense than it typically is. There are many reasons for this. There is much you have all been experiencing as a way of calibrating you to this new energy. It is not simply in this place. It is not simply at this time. You are experiencing it. It has been coming. It has been gestating. It is part of this process that has been waiting to be born through you, through this time. It is no accident the level of great turmoil in this world at this time. It is as it must be, not simply as it should be. It is as it must be. For the old systems to fall, they had to grow so tall and unstable. They could no longer be supported. The weight at the top has become too great. And so they are toppling. This is the tower time. If those of you who are familiar with tarot, this is the tower time. The foundations are shaking. The foundations of the systems of the known, the systems of this world that have been in place for many, many years, for thousands of years. They are coming to an end. This time, many of you have experienced this. Many of you have felt this and experienced this, especially in your dreams. The dreams of the ends, the dreams of the explosions, the dreams of it all coming down, coming in on you, falling on you, crushing you. These dreams can be scary. It is part of this idea of the apocalypse, but that is not what is happening. Not those ideas you have, not the ideas that were written. They have been misinterpreted greatly. You have already experienced a very significant ending. The end of 2012 was such an ending. There was an ending of a time, an ending in place. Many of you can now remember back to that time, back to who you were before the end of 2012. And that is a line of demarcation for many of you between that old time, the old you, and something that happened next, which in many cases was not fun. It was not terribly enjoyable for you because it was something different. You were moving into a different phase of your life. You weren't doing that same job. You weren't in that same relationship. This is also part of such a cycle. This time is also part of such a cycle. However, this gestation period has been far, far longer. It encapsulates the previous. That was all part of it. See it as your planetary systems. You have the sun, the largest, and the largest gravitational system in the sun. And then you have the inner planets, the Mercury, Venus, the Earth, the Mars. The smaller planets have this faster, and as you go out and out, the orbit is longer. This is a far circle of the orbit, a far ellipse of the orbit. We are on the rim of this orbit cycle at this time. It has come around. It has taken a long time. It takes Pluto far longer to make its way around the sun than it does Mercury. So as many of these arcs in your life, many of these cycles have come to this place, think about it, feel about it, how much of your life has changed recently. So much upheaval, so much overturn, so many ideas about how things were supposed to be and how they are not that way at all now. Nearly unrecognizable. Many of you feel your lives are unrecognizable as they were mere months ago, mere weeks ago, mere days. Things are happening on such a rapid scale right now. It's explosion. You cannot not be who you are anymore. This is the dissonance you have felt. This is the turmoil. The space between who you are and who you are being is no longer vast. It's right here. And as you come to a place where you are feeling emboldened to be your authentic self, to be who you are, to be as you are in all spaces, in all contexts, you will still react to your situations appropriately, but as you are, not as you think you're supposed to be, not as you think you're supposed to be, not as you think somebody else is perceiving you. This is losing its hold on you. You have been tethered to this idea. You have been roped into this idea. And those ropes will hold you no longer. As humans, you don't simply decide to break free. You don't simply wake up someday and say, I am just ready to be myself, and there you are. It has to be ripped away. It has to be torn apart. You are not meant to simply decide these things. It happens in ways that feel painful to you. It does feel like a ripping away. It is the destruction of the ego, as Kali's wisdom has provided for you this evening. Allow this to happen. Stop trying to be okay with it. Stop trying to be okay with it. Stop trying to feel a way that's different from how you feel. If it hurts, it hurts. If it makes you angry, it makes you angry. If it compels you to take actions that you're uncomfortable with because it's not the right way to be. It's not the nice way to be. It's not how you think you want to appear to people. Be that way anyway if it's true for you. Feel what feels true for you. You will feel it in your body. You will feel it when there is a gap between who you are and who you are being. And there's no place for that to travel to. There's no decision process for that to decide how you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to package yourself for other people. You cannot decide how people experience you. You cannot decide for them what they think of you and how they perceive you. It is time to stop trying. Allow them to think things about you that are untrue. They will. They will. Stop trying to avoid it and manage it. Stop trying to appear this other way than what you are. Because what happens when you allow yourself to come through is absolutely magic. That is when you affect people on the deeper level. That is when a smile you send somebody's way can send that ripple through, change their day, which changes somebody else's day, which changes lives. You have no idea what your impact is. Your idea of how you affect each other is so small. So small. But the truth of your connections with each other, it's so vast. It doesn't simply affect who is with you physically in this space. It doesn't simply affect what you can see and know and those conversations that you play over and over in your head and wish you'd said something different and you wish you'd appeared a different way. Let them go. Let them go. However you appeared to that person, let that be the way you were meant to. Just let it be. Work to clear up misunderstandings when they are brought to your attention. Be more accountable for your actions. Communicate. Set your boundaries. Dear ones, set your boundaries. People want to respect your boundaries. People want to know when you're uncomfortable. They don't want to push you beyond where you're comfortable and where you're happy. Don't make them by not making your boundaries clear. There is no time for that. It is wasted energy allowing people to come closer and come push in on you. They don't want to. They don't know. You have to let them know where that stops, where your comfort stops. Let them know. Give them that gift which you would like to have. You would not like to push into somebody else's comfort. You would not like to push them beyond where they want to be, right? No. Give them that gift that you wish to receive. Allow them to respect you where you are. The more you do that, the less wondering there is. The less energy people spend wondering, wonder if she really meant that thing she said, that compliment. Wonder if she really meant that when she said, I really hope we get together soon. I hope we do something soon. I hope we talk. She mean that? Don't let them wonder. Allow them to see by demonstrating it. Say it, then do it. It's simple. And if you don't wish to, don't say it. Simple. Each and every one of you has your part to play here. Everyone. We are so very connected. In this gathering, it is very easy to feel the connection, to feel the effects. You could push balls of energy around at each other and you would feel it. This is a high vibrational space. This is why we do gather. We amplify each other's signals here. Help each other to feel what it's like when you feel your beingness, when you feel your divine feminine in your belly. Hold your belly right now. Let it out. Cradle it. This part of us is so derided. Don't wish it gone. Don't wish it different. Let it be here. Thank it for getting you here. Love it. This is your center, the center of you. When you feel unprotected and unsafe, this area has a tendency to build. It's building protection. Thank it for that. It's not wrong. Allow it to stay. Allow it to be here. All of you is here. All of you is beautiful. We are moving past this idea of superficial beauty. The idea of what the attractive, beautiful body looks like. What's beautiful is inside out. You feel it. What's beautiful is authenticity. Somebody who is being exactly who they are, whoever that may be. Especially all of you in this room, you are all so sensitive. You can all sense this. When somebody is being who they are, it's comforting. Even if they're being a way that you don't particularly care for, it's still comforting because they are who they are. Know this. Be who you are. Truly. It's not to judge yourself. Notice for yourselves when you touched your belly, how many of you were holding it in, had been holding it in this whole time, have been holding it in for years. So tight. Consciously let your belly out. Let it go. Do this frequently. Remind yourself. You'll notice you catch your breath and you find yourself holding it in, holding it. Release that. Just allow it to be. Make that part of your practice. We are so grateful to all of you for attending this evening. bright, shining souls. Thank you.